Once upon a time in France, during the glorious 16th century, there was a peculiar trend known as the Enema Elegance. Yes, you heard it right. Enema, the privilege of the rich and fabulous. Now I know what you're thinking. Enema and elegance in the same sentence? Sacre bleu. Join us on a hilarious journey through the ups and downs of the Enema era. Hit that subscribe button to join the History Fan Club, and don't forget to show some love with your likes. Now picture this. Noble ladies in opulent ball gowns, dashing gentlemen in their finest attire, all gathered at the most exclusive soirees discussing their latest enema experiences. Oh, darling, you simply must try the lavender-infused enema. It does wonders for the complexion, they'd say with a perfectly rehearsed nonchalance. Imagine the fashion shows of the time, where models would strut down the catwalk, showcasing the latest enema designs. This season, we have the Golden Flush collection for that extra touch of opulence, guaranteed to make you feel lighter than air, the announcer would proudly proclaim. But wait, it gets even better. The French artists of that era couldn't resist incorporating this curious fad into their works. You'd see paintings of the finest aristocrats lounging gracefully with their enema kits, as if it were an essential accessory to complete their ensemble. Now, my dear, an artist would say to his subject, hold your pose while I perfectly capture the elegance of the enema nozzle. And the world of theater embraced it too. To enema or not to enema, that is the question. Hamlet would contemplate, pondering the next step in his cleansing ritual. Fast forward to today, and the enema has taken a bit of a back seat in our lives. We mainly use it for toddlers battling tummy troubles, and that's about it. Oh, how times have changed. With all the modern pills and potions available, the enema has become as outdated as a powdered wig. But let's not forget, this is a time-honored tradition that dates back to ancient Egypt. They learned it from the sacred ibis, and you have to admit, that bird had style. They'd mimic its technique, using long beaks to administer enemas. Truly a sight to behold. The Greeks took it up a notch, calling it klizma, meaning to flush. Even the legendary Hippocrates himself was a fan of the enema cleanse, believing it rid the body of those pesky, harmful humors lurking within. The good old enema. The medieval doctors in Europe were like, hey, our medical arsenal's pretty sad. We got bloodletting, sketchy elixirs, and some questionable ointments. But you know what? We got this fabulous thing called the cleansing enema, and boy, is it a game changer. So they rolled up their sleeves and got busy administering enemas left, right, and center. Now let me tell you, the enema reached the peak of its popularity during the 16th century. It was the rock star of medical procedures. Doctors were all like, forget the rest. Enema is the best. It's the cure-all for everything. Feeling sad? Have a dozen enemas. Got a broken heart? Enema it away. And guess what? The ladies of France were the ultimate enema enthusiasts. Move over beauty injections. It was all about those beauty enemas back in the day. I mean, who needs Botox when you've got the magic of a rectal cleanse, right? Now, let's not pretend that the art of enema administration is some top-secret classified information. Oh no, my friends! It's the ultimate in intestinal spring cleaning. It's like sending a refreshing wave through your bowels saying, hey, time to evacuate that backlog. Modern-day causes of constipation may include sedentary lifestyles, unnatural food, fizzy drinks, and a sugar overload. But in the past, even with their all-natural diets, the higher society had a penchant for laziness. Physical exertion? Ha! That's for the peasants. So there you have it, the uproarious tale of the enemas' rise to fame. From medieval medical marvel to the favorite beauty regimen of French elites, it's a story of intestinal triumph. Remember, when life gets constipated, laugh it off and let the enema jokes flow freely. Keep watching, folks. The fabulous world of enemas. Back in the day, they were like, let's get creative, folks. We'll craft our very own enema machines with whatever's lying around. Hollow bamboo tubes, check. Carved bones and horns, oh, you bet. Water-holding silk bags, absolutely chic. And let's not forget the Piece de resistance pig bladders and other animal parts. Ooh la la, très chic. And the liquids they used? Oh, the choices were as diverse as a buffet spread. From cabbage juice to donkey milk, vinegar to pig bile, they mixed it all up and said, voila, the perfect enema cocktail. Now, these traditions go way back in time, but leave it to the French to make enemas trendy in the 16th century. They were all like, darling, have you tried the latest enema cleanse? It's simply magnifique. Everyone who's anyone is getting one. Even during the Renaissance, enemas were all the rage for beauty. They'd use fancy glass contraptions to infuse warm water, sometimes mixed with herbal concoctions or a splash of lemon juice. It was the ultimate pre-ball ritual. Want radiant skin and a delicate waistline? Enema it up, and you're ready to waltz the night away. Oh, and let me tell you, those enemas worked wonders. The toxins were flushed, the pores tightened, and the tummy emptied for the ultimate corset cinching. Talk about multitasking. But wait, there's more. Enemas were the go-to preparation for important dates, too. Hold on, my love. Let me cleanse my way to freshness, one might say, before a romantic rendezvous. And you know what they believed? Move over, magic, potions. Enemas were the secret to eternal youth. It's like a spa day for your insides, making sure you stay young, fabulous, and enema fresh. So the next time you think enemas are just a thing of the past, remember, these beauty rituals were the cat's meow for the fashion-forward folks of the Renaissance. Oh, the glamorous world of enemas. You can just imagine the ladies of the French aristocracy sipping tea, chatting about their enema schedules like it's the latest gossip. My dear, have you tried 4 enemas a day? It's positively enema-rific, they'd say with a twinkle in their eye. And let's not forget the ultimate trendsetter King Louis XIV. He was the enema connoisseur, the royal flusher, if you will. They say he received over 2,000 enemas during his reign. Talk about living the high life. Now, in case you're wondering, it wasn't just whispers and hushed secrets. Oh no, they flaunted their enema escapades like fashion statements. Darling, have you seen my enema portrait? It's the hottest thing in the Louvre. Artists of the time were all too eager to capture this ritual on canvas. It's like they couldn't resist the temptation to paint enema masterpieces. Ah, the beauty of an enema, they'd muse, diligently adding strokes to their enema-themed artworks. But hey, not everyone was thrilled about this enema frenzy. Just like today, where we have people chasing lip fillers and alternative therapies, there were enema skeptics back then, too. Some would roll their eyes thinking, are we really going this far for beauty? Next thing you know, we'll be bathing in unicorn tears. And let's not forget the satirical side of things. Oh, the comedic gold that emerged from this enema craze. Street performers cracking enema jokes, theaters putting on enema-themed comedies. It was the talk of the town. You see, an enema procedure was a team effort. Imagine a high society lady and her trusty maid or pharmacist working together for the ultimate cleanse. And those pharmacists, bless their enema-carrying souls, roaming the streets with enemas over their shoulders, offering their invaluable services. You couldn't escape the enema mania even if you tried. Oh, let's dive into the darker side of the enema craze, shall we? Who knew that behind all that enema mania, there were clandestine plots and cloak and dagger enema assassins? Yes, you heard it right. Enema killings were a thing. Picture this. King Louis XIV sipping his royal tea, suddenly realizing that enemas could be more lethal than a duel at dawn. Zut alors, I must form a secret enema task force to protect my aristocrats from enema espionage, he must have exclaimed. Can you imagine the recruitment process for this enema squad? Wanted enema defense agents must have an eye for enema-related foul play. Experience in sniffing out suspicious liquids a plus. And let's not forget the enema recipe mishaps. Dear Enema Master, I tried your enema concoction and let's just say it had a bit more kick than expected. Imagine the aristocrats running for the nearest toilet, shouting, Mon Dieu, my insides are on fire. But you know what they say, if life gives you lemons, make enema lemonade. Or maybe not. Let's stick to regular lemonade, shall we? Ah, the tragic tale of the Marquis de Pompadour, the woman who went from being just another cute commoner to the powerful favorite of King Louis XV. She thought she had it all: fame, fortune, and the king's heart. But little did she know her downfall would be as unexpected as a surprise party at the guillotine. Let's be honest, she wasn't exactly the poster child for classic beauty. No one looked at her and said, "Oh, she's the face of the monarchy." But hey, looks aren't everything, right? She had charm, wit, and enough ambition to make a career counselor blush. Her master plan: flirt her way to the top. At a masquerade ball, she played the art of seduction like a maestro, and before you knew it, the king was head over heels. But here's where the trouble began. The king was passionate, like a volcano ready to erupt. And let's just say the Marquis's passion didn't quite match his volcanic tendencies. Talk about a mismatch made in heaven situation. To keep up with the royal inferno, she tried everything under the sun: Spanish fly, truffles, oysters, hot chocolate, you name it. She even fell for the elixirs of passion peddled by shady quacks. But let's just say her tummy wasn't exactly thrilled with her adventurous menu choices. Poor Marquise de Pompadour. Her once rosy cheeks lost their sparkle, her health took a nosedive, and her boudoir escapades turned into something that resembled a medieval torture chamber. Ah, the life of a courtly lady filled with lavish balls and romantic rendezvous. That's right. To maintain her fresh and slender appearance, she indulged in daily enema sessions. But here's the plot twist. Her body got so used to the royal flushes that it forgot how to handle things on its own. Who needs natural bowel movements when you have a regal enema routine, right? Soon enough, the Marquise found herself in quite the pickle. Doctor, my intestines have rebelled." The doctors of the time were quite the experts in, well, not being experts. They scratched their heads and diagnosed her with consumption. The fancy word for wasting away. It's like they thought she was turning into a ghost or something. King Louis XV was so smitten with her that he granted her a royal privilege, the honor of dying in the Versailles Palace itself. Move over, VIP guests. The Marquise is here for her grand finale. As she took her final breath, the heavens themselves seemed to weep for her. Rain poured down, winds howled, and even a stray lightning bolt added to the dramatic flair. But amidst the tempest there stood King Louis, bravely braving the storm. He watched as they carried the love of his life away, saying, "Oh, what a dreadful day you chose for your final ride, my dear." And thus the curtain fell on the enema-loving, courtly queen. Her legacy: a tale of passion, fashion, and of course, enema devotion. The Marquise de Pompadour, a woman who truly knew how to live, love, and embrace the quirky side of history. Back in the day, enemas were all the rage, the must-have accessory for every chic lady and gentleman. But you know how it goes. Fashion trends come and go, and eventually, even the hippest trends get flushed down the drain. You see, enemas went through a transformation from a social event to a strictly intimate affair. They went from clunky contraptions that required a team of servants to sleek, compact models that you could practically DIY. But as fashion trends evolved, so did the art world. Paintings of enema parties, once the talk of the town, slowly disappeared from the art scene. And let's face it, as time went on, people got more practical. Who needs an enema for beauty when there are serums, creams, and potions to work their magic? Plus, ain't nobody got time for enema small talk at fancy soirees. So here's to the enema enthusiasts of yesteryears, the trendsetters, who dared to be different. We may have bid adieu to the enema era, but we'll always have the memories and the laughter of this quirky, historical trend. Keep laughing, keep embracing your quirks, and remember, fashion trends may change, but humor is timeless. Vive la enema chic.